And welcome back to Rock Stage. My guest right now is Brent Holland, a composer. Brent, how are you?
Fine, how you doing?
Super. Tell me about what you do.
Well, I do music for TV, films, jingles, just about anything you can think of. Anybody needs a freelance composer, that's what I do. My work takes me into all kinds of areas, documentaries, TV shows, films. Even last night we were doing a children's song till the early hours in the morning. So that's what I basically do.
You brought a clip with you, or a couple of clips. What's on the first clip you brought?
The first clip I brought is a documentary I did for Canadian National Railways. And the director, Bob Barrett, wanted something very exciting, very orchestrated. So I used full orchestrations in a MIDI studio. I used samplers and synthesizers and things. And there's a lot of movement in the documentary, so there had to be a lot of movement, and excitement was the key word he used in the clip.
Okay, well, let's have a look at the first clip. Now, a clip like that, like we just saw, now how do you work on that? Do they supply you with the film or a storyboard?
Sometimes neither, and sometimes both. In this particular case, they supplied me with the actual film time-coded. And what the time code allows me to do is actually sync up my computer, which is in my studio, with the video. So as the video is going along, it actually catches up to the computer, and then in that way, the music stays in sync. So everything is in sync.
Where do you get your inspiration to write stuff? Like, where do you start from?
Well, I start with images in my head. I talk a lot with the directors, the producers, try and get their ideas. For example, if they're stuck on what type of music they want to do, often I'll go in and I'll say, what type of music do you want? They say, I don't know, just something good. Then I'll start with them and I'll say, okay, would you like a style of jazz? Would you like a style in orchestrations? Try and narrow things down. Sometimes if they get really stuck, I'll turn to colors and say, okay, if this had to be a color, would it be red, blue, or green? And they'll say red. Then I'll say crimson red or another type of red. And by doing that, that allows the director or the producer, who's ever producing it, to focus in on what they actually want. And I'm able to take those images after and put them through, process them through my head, and they all come out into the keyboard.
What's a quick summary of your second clip?
Second clip is going to be an underwater dance troupe called H3O, which has received some notoriety. It's won a silver medal in a festival in New York and also a music festival in Bourges, France. And they dance underwater, and they're a Montreal dance troupe, and it's a really beautiful art form to see.
Well, let's have a look at the second clip from Brent Holland. Now, this second clip we just saw, this was dancing underwater.
That's right.
Now, could they hear the music underwater?
No, what happened was they did the choreography beforehand. I was able to go to the pool and watch them do the choreography, and then I went back and through discussions, like I'd mentioned before, with the director and the producers, I was able to come up with this style of music. Now, this style of music was completely different. It was sort of an avant-garde style of music. They wanted me to meld several styles of music together. So, for example, there was a Pete Townsend-style power guitar chord in there. There was African rhythms, and there was also a jazz chromatic sax line. So all three came together to help push the images forward through the television set. Because what's unique about this dance troupe is that you can only see them on video through the uniqueness of video because they use reverse camera angles.
And what's the last clip you brought for us today?
The last clip I brought is the theme for Travel, Travel from CFCF 12.
Well, Brent, thank you very much for being with us today.
Thank you.
And today we're going to close with the clip from Travel, Travel, and we'll see you next week on Rock Stage where our guests will be Possession Simple. Bye for now.